it's a hostile environment with the audience just before you get on stage. It's such an excellent transition. So I've been multitasking a lot lately, not because like I have so much to do. I just have poor time management. So things like talking to my mom while I'm washing the dishes. She's 93, I could do better, you know? Or like muting the therapist during the Zoom family counseling sessions while I'm catching up on Ozark, you know? But last night I took it a step too far, performing a self-breast exam while I was having sex with my boyfriend. That wasn't planned. I was compelled. Let me tell you a little bit about it. So we get into bed, we're at the beginning of stages of making sweet, sweet love, and somehow I inadvertently realized that I think I feel like a tiny bit of a lump. And surprising for a lot of reasons. One, I don't engage in a lot of chestal area touching of myself. Very uncomfortable to talk about. If anything, it's performance art, you know, like it's more for the show. It's not a lot, but I would describe the way that I engage with my friend area much like the way my conversations with my dad used to be, my weekly phone call home when I was in college, superficial. It's like, oh, honey, you seem sad. Let's get your mother. So imagine my surprise, you know, like feeling a lump, because, you know, it doesn't go that deep usually, my own touching stuff. And so suddenly I realized, oh, you know, like, oh man, I wonder what that was. But then like sexy Tracy's like, don't worry about it, Tracy, because you're about to make sweet, sweet love. And then practical Tracy's like, yeah, but that felt weird, right? And then sexy Tracy's like, what are the chances? And then like practical Tracy's like, 1 in 8, actually. So I realized I'm gonna have to do this, but I didn't have to covert, right? Because like I'm no sex expert, but I can't imagine there's like a sexy way to be like, hold up, let me just check for cancerous lumps, and then we'll continue. So I'm lying on my back, so I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna, I don't know if you guys know much about breast self-exams, but like you put your arm up and then you do these little circular motions, not on him, on me, but that's weird, so I'm gonna pretend. So I got put my arm up, and I'm like, oh, sexy, like, yeah, just put my arm up, and I'm trying to do the circular motions, but I'm like masking it with just a general, it's weird. And he's not noticing it, and so I'm like, oh God, and if you haven't done it in a while, there's like all kinds of weird lumps in there, and you're like, what the fuck, I don't know what's going on. So the only way you have a point of reference is to try the other one, right? So I'm like, oh geez, I'm gonna have to, so I'm about to try the other one because he's not catching on, thank God. I mean, but then I feel like I'm being turned. I'm being turned, and I'm gonna be probably turned onto my stomach, and I don't know how I'm gonna get at the left one then. And I know, you guys, I say I'm being turned, I'm not being forced. I know some of the younger women in the audience are like, are you safe? I am, it's okay. It was consensual, but, so I'm like, oh my God, so I'm pushing back a little bit, like, this is sexy, I just want you to keep me on my side. And so I want to put my left arm up now, because that's the position, you know, to do the check. But, so here's the thing, I'm 52. This arm, I got a 25-year-old arm, like easy, boom, right, no problem. This shoulder, this one, this is a 52-year-old shoulder. I've got shoulder impingement, it hurts. So I'm like, oh yeah, this is not gonna be as sexy. Like, I can't, you know. And so far, he has not noticed the odd amount of attention I'm giving my breasts. But now that I'm starting on the left one, he's like noticing, and he's such a good guy. He thinks like it's like a hint, like, hey, can you know? And so he's like, oh, you know, so then he's getting into it, but he's not doing the self-breast exam motions, because what kind of fucking psycho would do that during sex? So we kind of get it done. They kind of feel the same. Here's the moral of the story. There's two. One, like, definitely schedule your mammogram. I did that this morning. But number two, like, you know what, guys? If you're ever dad and like your daughter calls you from college and she just wants to talk and she seems sad, like have a real connection with her because fast forward 30 years, she might be up on a stage talking about her boobs.